Too sweet!
Hi, welcome to JD Sports. I'm Jared Hood. That's Dwight Garfield. You can find our Twitter @_ JD Sports. Everything else is in the YouTube links below.
Yep.
Yada, yada, yada.
They know that.
Getting right into it, Dwight.
What we get into, dude?
The NBA. We're going to start off with the NBA. We'll talk more. We have not a lot of NFL, but we have a little bit of... So,
NBA. We're playing basketball. Is that where we're at now? Football's done.
Are you sad? Do you want to talk about that for a second? Do you want to get something off your chest, or are you
As far as football goes?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the situation about football being
Just,
done?
Yeah.
It is sad. What we got, till August?
It goes all year round.
I know, but... Yeah, but I mean...
We can fill a segment if we needed to.
But I mean, consistent competition, though, is until August. It's only February.
I agree.
It's depressing.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to talk about? The NBA?
The NBA is going to heat up from here to the end
It really
of
is.
the season.
And I'm excited.
And then...
This is my favorite time.
I mean, baseball's around the corner. I know you don't have a whole lot to usually say about baseball, but it'll something to entertain. In the NFL, we'll
plenty to talk about.
We'll mix it in.
Playoffs are going to be picking up.
Listen, the NBA goes till June.
Right.
So, and it gets heated from now till June.
Yes. All the big games are coming up.
Before we start getting into what's going to happen between now and June, how did you feel about All-Star Weekend this year? In Toronto, the it's your boy, Kobe Bryant Fest. I'll give you the stage.
Overall, I enjoyed All-Star Weekend. I thought it was fantastic. I really don't pay attention to the thing that happens on Friday night. What is it now? It's
The Rising Star Challenge.
Yeah, the Rising Stars. I think it's like
Rookies
USA.
Oh, that's right.
Now it's like
World, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Even when those rookies, sophomores,
Okafor hit a 3 in that. Fuck it, it's in your eye.
I understand because that was your highlight of the entire weekend. I understand, so I'm not even mad at you. But even when it was rookie sophomores, I might pay attention to the first half. I really didn't care. But now, especially since it's USA versus world. USA versus the world. I didn't watch it, but Saturday, getting into the real events, Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. Saturday was fantastic.
Yes, I agree. Every year it is. This year was
what do you begin?
As good as it gets.
What do you begin? Skills competition?
Yes, of course. The big man!
The big, yeah. Who did he beat? Who did Carl Anthony Towns beat?
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, the front runner. The dude.
Yeah. We both said yeah.
Jeez.
Because he was hitting the pass. He was getting the pass right in the circle the first time, and I told you it's kind of like a blip in the system because he was the only one doing that, and every time he did that, he was at least 5 steps ahead of everybody. Yep. He was literally taking his 3-point shot though when Carl Anthony Towns was getting that pass in.
Right.
So,
If
he hits the 3, it's over. Bad. But I mean, that was incredible. No, I'm sorry. Carl Anthony Towns boxed him out going down the court, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. He actually kind of I'm wrong. Carl Anthony Towns stuck with him. That's impressive though. The big man. I was rooting for, as I told you before, Boogie Cousins. I mean, I picked Isaiah Thomas. So did
I. But I mean, this is where I like that the big man got some representation in All-Star Weekend because they get no damn love anymore. Especially in the actual All-Star game. You don't even call them centers anymore. They call them the front court and the back court.
Yeah.
And you cut that shit. They act like centers and power forwards really don't exist anymore. It pretty much is. Well, no, they act like it's point, shooting guard, small forward, power forward. They act like there's no centers in the league. So
everybody can basically play the guard position in the NBA now. For not everybody, but there's a huge percentage, and that's not necessarily a good thing for the NBA.
No, I don't really like it. I like seeing the big men. I want to see them have their own. We need to get a big man competition. I don't want to see them in this little skills.
I thought that was fun. They're gonna have it at least for next year now.
But come on now. None of them have handles. They don't pass.
I agree. These guys.
Most of them can't pass.
These guys got to get blown out at some point.
No.
For them to. Have their own little, competition.
Have a little one-on-one matchups. The first to 5 or something. I don't know. They got to figure out something for the big man. They need to have their own little area.
Right.
That's how I feel about that situation. Going on to what was it next? Was it 3-point next? Mm-hmm. 3-point contest. Woo!
It's always the best. And it's just getting better because pure threes.
It was the best up until that point of the night. it came down to Klay and Steph, and
that was awesome. That was fun to watch.
Klay finally got his due, and what I said, well, last year I actually picked Klay. I picked Klay last year, and he came up short, pretty short last year. But like I said when we were watching it, Klay wanted to remind everybody that it's not the Splash Brother.
Right.
It's the Splash Brothers. There's another entity in the building.
He lost 3 points to Steph last year, and
right.
And in the finals, he had a good playoffs, until the finals. But in the finals, he didn't stand out as much as he has all year or the year before. So he did kind of get lost in the shuffle. And Steph took that extra step on top of it. So all that combined, you're right. He kind of probably did feel a little slighted, and then he comes out there and holds the trophy up when it counts.
It's awesome. I mean, obviously Steph, he got the MVP last year. He'll most likely get it again this year. Yep. And he deserves all the accolades and stuff that he gets, but at the same time, Klay he's been put on the back burner the past year and a half. So it's good to see him get back in the spotlight. Hopefully they have matchup 3 next year, and we can see, they're going to have the final drawing match out of that.
Wow, that's going to be fun if they can do that.
Then we get to the main event. Woo!
It was good.
It was good between 2 people.
Yeah.
Everybody else could have just stayed home.
Yeah.
And honestly, next year it could be the same situation as far as I'm concerned. Zach LaVine
They'll both be in it next year. Aaron Gordon? They'll both be in it next year.
Do you think Aaron got robbed?
Yeah. I think he should have won after the first overtime. Can I be honest with you?
I don't disagree.
Can I be honest with you?
It was so entertaining. It was so needed.
It was ridiculously entertaining, and I'm not, you know how I feel that like things are fixed all the time. I don't think this was fixed. I think this was TNT trying to get that program until 11 p.m. because they had the block until 11 p.m. and they weren't going to do that long of a post game. I mean, I think it was like 10:15 when they did that. Like they that. I truly think that was them trying to drag it out a little. He clearly should have won it, but
if anybody drug it out, it was Shaq. Shaq was the one that was giving out 9s, which I appreciate. Okay, can we talk about
I do too, but nobody else was following his lead, and that's why it was...
Right. We kind of talked about it when we watched it live, but I need to say it now. Can we get some better judges? Yeah. Like some actual judge? I don't want to see...
Vince Carter didn't want to be
a
judge.
Why?
Because him and Toronto don't get along. He tried to get out of Toronto so fast. Didn't he end up in Jersey for a while? He was with Jay Kidd. They literally called the building they played in a parking lot. He left Toronto that fast to do it. He never wanted to be in Toronto, which I think Toronto would be pretty cool I like that they have a sustainable team at the moment. I think it's fun. I think it's good for...
I heard the city's fantastic.
Right, yeah, I want to go to Toronto one day in my life. But I think it's good for the game of basketball for it to grow into different countries. And Toronto, I mean, Naismith he's a Canadian, and he started at basketball. So I think it's only fitting that there is a team in Canada. And so I as a Sixers fan, I don't root for Toronto, but it's good to see there's franchises in sports.
Succeed.
There's franchises in sports that it's good for the sport for them to succeed, and I feel like Toronto is one of those teams for the NBA, especially because of just the market that they're the only one in that market. But
it's not like the NHL when they got like 3 or 4 different
teams. But
Vince
Carter, I mean, they were a new franchise, and they had the Grizzlies up there, I think, at the time. And Vince Carter, he just didn't want to. He didn't want to be involved. He didn't want to be out of the States. He didn't want to be that far away from his family. It was cold. I get it. He went to North Carolina. Like I get it.
Not even just this year. Like the past. It's been like this for several years. I didn't like the judges.
No, I agree with that.
I mean,
no disrespect. Should be in it every year.
No disrespect. I feel like no. I mean, I feel like
J should be in it every year.
He was throwing out 10s and shit all the time too. I kind of got tired of it. This year they mixed up a little bit, but I still didn't like it. They had these are dunkers that are judging the dunk competition. Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and a bunch of other people I can't even think of off the top of my head right now. But those two. Yes, Mutombo. Thank you. Magic, Shaq, Dikembe.
There was somebody else. Tracy McGrady.
Was it? Yes. These are your judges of the dunk contest.
T-Mac, though?
Maybe.
He doesn't deserve to be up there? It was in Toronto. He's a really...
At that rate, Dr. J makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Oh, wow. So who do you...
But she does, because at least...
up there?
I don't know.
No, I want to know.
Maybe we don't need NBA players judging it.
Well, who do you want?
Maybe actual judges. Just find some professional judges that can judge. I don't need to see NBA because they've been there. Shaq hasn't been there. What was he? Because he played in the NBA?
He never put his...
This was his greatest dunk?
He never put the ball through the legs and...
No! I don't need to see Magic, Dikembe, Shaquille, Tracy McGrady. I might give a little nod to. Okay.
Kobe should have...
I was just about to say, let's get Kobe, let's get Vince Carter, let's get Tracy McGrady, let's get, if you want to put Dr. J back in there for, the fuck of it, cool. Jordan, get in.
All I'm saying is MJ was in town. He should have did it.
He's not, he'll never do it either because he's an owner. He'll never do it. I don't know, but I don't like the judges. I never have. I mean, years past they had Dr. J, they had Kenny Smith, they had...
I think LeBron should be in the dunk contest next year.
No, he's about 6 years too late. Nobody cares anymore.
Still want him in it.
Nobody cares anymore.
I think now's the time to
break
that legacy.
Nobody's convinced.
Be that kid.
I'm not convinced that he would even win at this point.
I don't think he won at this point either, but he's such a freak athletically that when he does want to go up like that, it is still impressive.
No.
He doesn't do it in that sense anymore because he doesn't.
He's starting to. I'm not saying he's getting old, but
he's
getting to a point where he's not hitting it like he was.
No, I think
he might be choosing to do that.
Coming down's a little harder now, so
yeah, definitely.
He is choosing not to do that. He can still do it. He's just choosing to do it.
Well, they can't do it because he's active. I was gonna say, get fucking Blake Griffin, and I don't even like him. Get him the judge at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think he cleared that card. Didn't he clear the hood?
He did clear the hood.
That's it.
All right, so
I'm not saying
I get Nate. No, I want to get Nate and Nate. Who do you get to judge the dunk contest?
Spud Webb.
Can we get actual judges, like professional judges?
Michael Jordan, Spud Webb.
You know how UFC and boxing has like professional judges? Can we get like
Wilkins?
He used to do it, and he used to do this. He was the same thing. I think him and
they feel
Dr.
pressure
J
and on the spot. They feel pressure and on the spot to have to give these guys, some extra respect.
And I really don't.
I agree.
They really didn't. One, I don't think they really cared. Two, I think they felt pressured into giving 9s and 10s.
Three, I think TNT looked at them and they were like, "Yo, y'all better make this a second overtime because we still got 45 minutes to fill."
Well. People were booing Shaq, but anyway, but point being, we've been talking about that for a second. Point being, I want to see more judges like Shaq. I don't want to see people giving 10s all the time.
I like that.
And people were booing him, and he turned around and said, "No, I'm giving 9s because it took him more than one try to do it." Great, that's what I want to see.
It's
I don't want to see
impressive dunk. It's an impressive dunk, but he didn't get it on the first shot.
No, not at all. So, congratulations to Zach LaVine. I don't think the other dude was robbed per se. I do want to see the rematch. I don't know if Zach has any more up his sleeve at this point.
Who does?
You give him a year. I mean,
he might get creative. Yeah.
Could you just imagine, hypothetically, it would never happen, but just think of like the past 5 or 6 years, all the dunk winners. What if they could all just match up with just one time? What if it was like Blake, Zach LaVine, Gordon? What if even Nate was in it? It could be such a great spectacle, but it'll never be that way.
So how did you feel about Sunday? How did you feel about the All-Star game itself, the whole Kobe tribute, the whole...
No. Alright. I'm always against players getting into the All-Star game that don't deserve it. I think sympathy voting is bullshit.
Like Kobe Bryant?
And this is what I'm getting at. Because I would be a hypocrite if I said, well, no, it's okay because it's Kobe Bryant. But I also understand it more so. Because Michael Jordan did the same damn thing too.
Well, MJ averaged 20 points this last year, and he played all 89 games.
Right, and Kobe, the last, it was, I don't even remember, but it was the last couple of weeks where he's been playing better.
Yeah.
He's had a lot more decent games compared to where he was starting off, and he was leading, and that was bullshit. He shouldn't have been the leading vote getter, but I understand. It's more so just the appreciation of it all, which I get, but at the same time...
Jeter got it. Listen,
Jeter got it. Allen Iverson got it that one year, and I thought that was complete horseshit. He was coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And to me, he's not like a Kobe Bryant, which was like the heir apparent to Jordan. So
I wasn't too hyped for Iverson.
This happens all the time, and I don't like it.
No, but
Yao Ming got in that one year over Shaq. I didn't understand that either.
I'm mad that But Iverson was voted in. He wasn't announcing his retirement. I'm mad that Jeter started this whole retirement tour where now when you announce your retirement, if you're a legend like Jeter or Kobe, if you announce it before the year, well, not just that you're in it, but like everywhere you go, like you're super honored and whatnot. Like it's just like things get so over the top. Listen, they deserve it, but at the same time, like I thought it just took away the All-Star game. How does Toronto probably feel? How does Toronto feel?
It didn't take away from the All-Star game.
They did literally like a 5-minute segment before the game started twice about Kobe Bryant. They had 2 videos back to back.
They were short. The one was by Magic Johnson. The one was
the NBA.
The NBA, which I didn't understand that. They could have just did one or did one package and did it together.
That's my point. Is that they did 2 literally within 5 minutes.
Toronto felt fantastic. Did you get that reaction that Kobe got?
Yeah, but like as a city,
and after
Kobe scored 81 on them, and then their All-Star game, it's all about him.
And bro, the Celtics celebrated him. Everybody's been celebrating him.
Well, everyone's going to celebrate. Listen,
right,
the Red Sox celebrated Jeter,
right?
As they should.
Right, so they don't feel any type of way at this point. At this point, they're just like, you know what?
It's just,
I love to hate it. I love to hate.
Let me put it this way: Tim Duncan. Do you think he's going to announce his retirement the year before he goes out?
Do you think Tim Duncan's going to get any type of reaction outside of San Antonio?
He's probably the best power forward of all time.
I don't disagree with that.
So yeah, I think he is. I think he's on Kobe. I think he's on Kobe Bryant level.
Yeah.
I think he's on Kobe Bryant level.
I don't disagree, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. If it happens, I'll be okay with it, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
He's not going to do that because he's going to just, at the end of 1 year, just going to say, all right, I'm done.
No, he's not.
I don't think he's going to say before the year, this is it. I truly don't. And if he does, I'll be kind of disappointed in him because, like, you're just looking to reap the benefits.
Yeah, but, I mean, look, it's not hurting anybody. Kobe Bryant announcing that isn't hurting anybody. Guess what? Lakers games have been selling out. The road games have been selling out.
It's just a spectacle, though, and I'm not...
At this rate, what is it hurting? It's just some appreciation. We wanted to go to a damn Kobe Bryant game.
Because I've never seen Kobe before, and I want to see him.
And you want to say goodbye.
I don't want to say goodbye. I just want to be able to say I saw him before.
Oh, well, okay. Well, how many people are just like that? It doesn't hurt anything. We suck. We're not. It doesn't matter. It's not hurting anything. It was cool. And you watch the damn All-Star game, you see that's not Kobe Bryant.
No, that's true.
That's an old man. That's an old man out
How
there.
do you feel about the All-Star game? People are like hating on it, but it's.
I passed out at halftime.
Yeah, I didn't care.
When Sting came out, I legit passed out on my couch. I woke up and it was like over, so I was like, I'm going to bed. But I mean, up until that point, it's
the All-Star game. It's just a bunch of dunks.
I wanted exactly what Kobe.
I actually watched
begged.
the Flyers game, so.
Wow. I wanted what Kobe begged him to do, which was to compete, and they really did compete out there. That's all it is. It's this.
Everybody was
fast,
just letting
constant
everybody else go.
Dunking. Three.
Saturday was definitely the best part of the All-Star weekend.
It always is. It always will be.
So, we'll get into our predictions about what's going to happen next after this All-Star weekend now for the rest of the season in the NBA. But at this exact moment, you got guys like Dwight Howard maybe being traded. You got guys like Carmelo Anthony maybe being traded. You got guys like Blake Griffin maybe being traded.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, right now, I kind of don't think any of them are going to happen. But Dwight would make sense in a situation where...
I can't believe that bum has my name, but anyway.
Some good leadership. Like,
everybody keeps saying Miami for Whiteside, or Whiteside, whatever the hell his name is.
I think that's perfect. Pat Riley?
Stop.
I don't think Dwight Howard... Listen, let me put it this way. I don't think Dwight Howard's ever going to blossom into what he's supposed to blossom into. Like, what is it?
No, it's over. It's been over
18 points a game, 20 a rebound. He could probably get a game.
He should be Shaq, but he's not.
Right, and it's like he just doesn't, like, see what he has. I don't know. But
he doesn't care.
He doesn't... Maybe.
He does not care.
Someone's going to take a shot, right?
Yeah, but I don't...
Whiteside's a good trade for
Somebody's going to sign him. I don't know if anybody wants to trade for him. Why would you get rid of Whiteside?
Take the couple-month run.
I agree. He's cheap. He's got an upside. He's not injured.
Yeah, but you're going to
He's a little bit of a fuck, but I mean...
You're going to pay him a lot. You can get something back for him right now. Good return back for him right now.
Dwight Howard has one more year in his contract.
I'm not saying Dwight Howard is a good return. I'm saying
Actually, isn't it up this year?
It's up at the end of this year. That's another thing is people don't like to know. People, like what the Sixers did a couple years ago.
Maybe he'll go there.
Or not a couple years ago, like in 2001 when they traded for Dikembe Mutombo for that late season run.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the norm anymore. Now it's you trade with a year and a half left on the contract, so you have them for a year to try to court them for a year. But
where does he fit? I don't see him as being a missing piece.
People are saying Charlotte. I heard Charlotte somewhere.
No.
I don't think that's a spot either.
What are they going to give up for him?
I don't know. What about Carmelo?
He's not going anywhere. He has a no trade clause.
That's up to him. He likes the big cities, so Chicago, LA.
He should have went to Chicago in the first place. I don't understand why he ever went to New York. That was a joke.
He could still probably go to Chicago, though.
That was a joke. Do they want him at this point?
I mean, there's been talks about it. I don't
know if
they
do because they don't know what they're doing.
What about Blake for Melo straight up?
Ever since they got rid of Thibodeau.
What about Blake for Melo straight up? That's good for the Clippers. And the Knicks
I'm just trying to think in my mind real quick roster-wise.
And the Knicks feel like they get an upgrade because they have Porzingis, who's going to be around for a while. Blake's younger than Carmelo.
I don't know what Blake wants to do either.
The Clippers have a legit scorer though at all times, and they just lose a little bit on the defense.
Would it be good for? Okay, it'll be good for the Clippers. I won't disagree with that. I don't know if it'd be good with the Knicks. I mean, I don't think they're going to win regardless in that situation.
I don't know if anybody really wants to take Blake right now. I think they just kind of want the Blake thing to settle down and let the Clippers figure that out because he's really good, but it's a high risk.
Right.
There was talks about the Sixers. I don't think that's going to happen. Listen, there's $20 million opening up.
I'm going to say, he's not really a washed-up power forward. That's what y'all usually go after.
There's $20 million going to open up in salary cap this year. The Sixers already have the most salary cap room, and then the year after, $20 more million opens up. So the Sixers are going to start making moves. The issue is the whole entire NBA is going to start overpaying pretty bad players because there's already really bad players that get overpaid all the time. Nick Young.
Dwight Howard. Overrated.
I'm not disagreeing that he's not overrated, but he's one of the last legit big men, and people are going to keep putting money and taking chances on that. I'm not saying it's right because I hope the Sixers never do that with him.
At this stage, it is very naive to think that there's zero upside about Dwight Howard. He's unmotivated. He's never going to live up to his potential. He's injury prone. He doesn't seem to give a fuck. Ever since he left Orlando, he doesn't seem to care. He doesn't since he's left. He wasn't happy in Orlando. He wasn't happy in LA. He's not happy in Houston. He gets coaches fired. What is going to make this man happy? I don't know what makes this man happy.
I mean,
he's had the small cities, had the big cities, had a medium city. He's gotten this coach fired, this coach fired. Fuck him.
I understand what you're saying. It's spoken like a true Lakers fan.
Of course you would say that.
No, I get what you're saying though because
I said that before he came to LA. I said
that you didn't want him. You didn't want him in LA. I understand that. I
said
that.
When he came to LA. I'm saying that after. I've been consistent since Orlando. He's overrated. He hasn't been in the league since Orlando.
He had a season where he literally carried a whole entire team to the finals. They got crushed in those finals, and then that was it.
Dwight Howard was left in Orlando. We got the clone, and then we sent the clone to Houston. I don't know where the fuck Dwight Howard is, but he's not in the NBA.
Well, there's going to be a lot of low-key moves. I don't think any of these three guys move, though, before the deadline. They're going to be the biggest names.
Right. And every year there's big names, and for every Allen Iverson trade, you get absolutely nothing, which is like once every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't see Blake leaving either. If anybody needs to leave, I think it would be Dwight Howard.
I agree.
But again, I don't know who would want him at this point.
The Miami thing could make sense. We'll see moving forward what happens. What about some post-All-Star break predictions? Before the season, I said I think the Spurs match up well in a 7-game series against the Warriors. I'm clearly probably wrong about that. I'm not going to back off on the statements because I want to see what Tim Duncan and Aldridge look like together on the floor in a 7-game series against them. I think Oklahoma City.
I think that's a dangerous situation.
I do too, but I think Oklahoma City is going to be right there with both teams. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to stick with San Antonio because I said it before the year. But low key, the Warriors are that good, man. Like they are that good.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's
literally like it's the Warriors and they come out and play, get out of there, and then it's like Who else is in
And the Spurs are really good.
Yeah,
like, that's what hurts to say that because I don't think they're that far apart. But some nights it looks like they're that far apart. The only thing the Spurs have going for them is they rest their players often, and their win margin is actually like right there on par with the Warriors, which is impressive.
They have history on their side.
Yes.
They get benefit of the doubt, and they have the greatest coach in the league right now. So you never can count them out. For the past 4 or 5 years, everybody's been counting out. Oh, they're too old. They got, what, 2 more rings since then? And they potentially...
Another finals appearance in between that?
So you can never write them off. Until half of that roster retires, I'm not writing them off.
Well,
but at this stage, Golden State is above everybody else.
I completely agree. I think, like I said, I think Oklahoma City's right there because Westbrook and Durant are playing the best they ever had together. Now, the team around them is not as good as those teams that when they made it to the finals that year, but they are playing the best that these two have ever played together, and that chemistry does mean something. Westbrook is on a different planet right now, but I agree, but I still think he needs to pass to Durant way more than he does because like that has been my biggest knock on him his whole career.
At this point, I don't know. He's looking like a whole different animal right now.
No,
I think he's a little more hungry than KD.
The last 2 years, I don't think he's more hungry than KD. The last 2 years, he's just been more lethal than KD.
Yeah. He has that fire. He's got that Kobe Jordan killer.
He gets up.
He really does. Yeah. Did you see him? Speaking of All-Star Weekend, did you see that, man?
Yeah.
First of all, he got his second consecutive All-Star.
He should be in the
first player ever. Yes.
He should be.
Yes. You see that man throw it down? Oh my God.
And
force.
I've knocked him his whole career. Up until about 2 years ago, I've started kind of the whole. I respect that he doesn't change the way he is. I respect the way that because like I love how I say it all the time. Like I couldn't stand the fact that he doesn't pass to KD, but he still today doesn't pass to KD. I love that. I love that he dresses outlandish and he just doesn't care what people think about him. I love
better outfits, but anyway.
Outside of the one time it was this year he had some pretty weird comments after a game to the media. I didn't like that, but 9 out of 10 times I love that he's always himself. In those moments. So like he is the kind of player in person that I want in the league. I just wish that he like I used to not like him, but I just wish that he's with a different team or at least not with KD. I like Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
LA. Did you hear okay, I don't really want to get into this whole elaborate conversation about where these two players are going to play, but I just need those out there because it's relevant. Did you hear within this past week
Golden State?
No,
Kevin Durant.
No,
$20 million opens up next year. Every team will get $20 extra million. Kevin Durant is a free agent next year. He will be able to choose. Where he goes. He gets a max contract no matter what, because max contracts are going to be getting thrown out. Like nobody will be able to pay him any more money. The Thunder will not be able to pay him any more money than anybody else. Could you imagine if he went to the Warriors? But that's what the rumor is.
Please don't.
That's what the rumor is, and then Russ goes to LA the year after, and then they rivals.
Yeah, but David Stern wants to stop the Lakers from getting CP3. Okay, whatever. Anyway.
How is he going to stop something from that, like, from...
Because David Stern isn't around, so...
No, but how is Adam Silver? Because Adam Silver is trying to...
He's not going to. He's not David Stern. David Stern is of that old man mindset. Anyway.
I mean, Adam Silver is like David Stern.
He's kind of... Yeah,
like a man.
I was going to say, he does act like a bitch, but... Have you ever heard, listen to him talk? It's so awkward.
You don't have to explain to me. I know.
He's like he's gotten better, but when he first started, he was like a virgin. He was just like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't really know. He was like them nerds we were talking about earlier. But he's gotten better. Good for him. Hopefully he gets better and continues to improve. But talk about LA. This past week, I guess somebody asked Westbrook, how would you feel about playing in LA one day? And he was like, oh, what did he say? What was the exact quote? Something about, I'm comfortable here.
Yeah, I did read that.
And I was like, maybe PC, bro. Let's talk in June. I'm not saying he's not going to leave.
It's not going to be this
I'm
year.
not saying he's going to stay. I'm not going to say he's leaving. But I just thought, well, good for him. He was PC about it. I don't know why they're asking these questions right now.
He has 2 years left in OKC. He has this year and next year.
Isn't he from LA?
Yeah, Durant, and he went to UCLA. Oh. Durant will be leaving after this year if he goes anywhere, or he's going to sign a huge contract with Oklahoma City. But
I tell you what, the damn Kobe excuse isn't around anymore.
Huh?
The damn Kobe excuse isn't around anymore. The damn money excuse damn sure won't be around because we're getting more money and Kobe's leaving.
So now it's just going to be
now it's a Jim Brush
thing.
Now it's exactly what I said it was. Anyway.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to make these assessments after the season.
So,
anybody else in the West stand out to you? It's a three-team race right now, I guess.
Yeah. That's going to be like that.
Clippers, maybe, if they get Melo?
No. No, because there'd have to be that grace period where they got to fit him in. And he doesn't have a history of really fitting in, per se, so.
The East side of things, does Kevin Love, we were talking about people getting traded, does Kevin Love get moved?
Yeah. He's kind of on that Dwight Howard, I'm unhappy situation.
What about for Melo? I don't think it should happen because if Kevin Love's not working, because he's not getting the ball enough, how are you going to insert a guy who needs the ball a lot more than him?
He should have came to LA too. I hate to keep saying that, but that was the big rumor the whole time. The money was there.
He's from New York.
So maybe he should take his ass to New York. He's not happy in Cleveland. As much as he likes to pretend, at least as much as shit as I give Dwight Howard, at least Dwight Howard straight up about how he's not happy.
Kevin Love's from LA, and Kevin Love went to UCLA as well.
Oh, okay. Well, then why didn't he fucking go to LA?
Because LeBron.
Because LeBron said, I got these things, bro.
LeBron traded for him.
He said, I got a couple of these things. I too.
The Cleveland Cavaliers traded for him.
Yeah, it's like they hired that coach that's no longer there.
I said it when it happened. I wish we were doing the show. I said it when it happened. I didn't think they should have traded Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love. I thought Andrew Wiggins could literally just step in and take over for LeBron when LeBron's grace period and he starts to retire, and Andrew Wiggins can just be right behind him. He can work like him, he can train like him, he can see the LeBron mentality. He can be the late version of Scottie Pippen for LeBron, and then when LeBron steps out, he can still ball out. Even as much as we both like Scottie Pippen, he has more athletic ability, and behind a guy like LeBron James, they could have won a bunch of championships. It would have catapulted his career to something that could have been maybe off the chains. He was the closest thing to LeBron since LeBron's been out. Not saying that he's even near LeBron. It's just physical specimen-wise, he has been the closest thing come into the draft as since LeBron, close to him. You know what I mean? And he could have just. I thought he fit the mold perfectly. I was excited when LeBron picked Cleveland.
So then,
I wasn't excited when LeBron played Cleveland because I didn't want him to go back to Cleveland. I was excited for the thoughts of him and Wiggins together with Kyrie.
So then why would you want Miami to make the same mistake?
For the first reason that I'm starting Miami?
And get rid of Whiteside. I'm not saying that Whiteside...
No, I don't think that Miami should go. Listen,
okay.
the issue for Miami is they don't want to pay him. I think that I think Miami should just rally up and pay him. I don't care if they pay him, but they don't want to pay him, so they want to get something in return for him. Their mind, he acts too outlandish off the court. Pat Riley comes from a whole different mindset, and that's completely understandable. That's okay. And if you're not going to follow his rules, he's going to take care of it, and he's going to get as much as he can back for you in return. That was the hardest thing for him and LeBron, is that he put all his faith in the world in LeBron, that LeBron would keep this going. Instead, he was like, well, now I got nothing except 2 rings out of it. He got a lot. He got a lot, but into the next season, business basketball wise, they felt like they didn't get a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? Speaking of, they've retired
Shaq. Shaq's somewhere, Miami.
Yes. So do you understand what that means?
I don't understand.
They have to retire LeBron's number now.
I don't understand.
They put themselves in a really bad position for doing that.
Well, they retired Jordan's number. I can accept and appreciate that. Okay, fine. But in that case, every fucking team should do that.
I think every team should. I'm on record for saying nobody should wear the 23, and I thought I was mad.
No, LeBron was on. Came back he was on that record too until he decided to wear it, and now is he wearing it now?
Yeah, it's the only reason he wears it is because he went back to Cleveland.
Then you want to know why I don't respect LeBron, because he said nobody should wear this, and then he said I'm gonna give it to the fans, and then, of course the fans said wear it, and he wore it. Such a bum. Anyway.
I didn't think he should wear it. I was mad when he picked it again. I thought he should have brought the 6-pack.
After he said nobody should wear it, then he comes back and wears it.
I love that Kobe. I love the Kobe 2 number thing, and I think that would have been cool for LeBron to be able to do the 2 number thing for his career. Now we just have a bleep of a 6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think.
I think he should have kept 6 going. No, I don't think Shaq's number should get retired in Miami as well. But
LA, cool.
Won the championship. He was there for a year and a half. But
was it a year and a half?
Maybe it was a full 2 years. But my issue is
2 years.
They ended rocky with LeBron. They don't necessarily give him respect as a franchise. You literally now have to retire his number.
If Pat Riley's still there, he will. He retires everybody, apparently.
Does Dwayne Wade like the day so he announced
what is Wade getting?
He's
getting a statue. Is he getting the first statue outside of it?
Yeah, definitely. He's so are they gonna he's gonna announce his retirement the day before the last game of a season, and then the last day of the season, do they retire his number? You know what I mean? Is it gonna be like that? Outside of that, what else can you do to top these guys?
The D Wade arena, the Flash arena, is that what they're gonna call it?
Yeah. So speaking of the East, though, going back to all that in a roundabout way, I don't even know how we got onto the topic in general, but I'm gonna push this into this situation. How do you feel about the East? I got Cleveland. Toronto's right there behind them. A lot of people think Toronto isn't too far behind them. I think Cleveland's going to have the East. I think that LeBron just turns into a different animal from this moment to the playoffs, and then from the playoffs, he just is something that people forget that he's not trying to be the LeBron he was in Miami anymore. Now he's just trying to be that LeBron for a certain period amount of time.
I'm kind of running on E as far as I don't know or understand who could really match up with them in a 7-game series in the Eastern Conference.
Because
there's nobody.
Nobody's guarding LeBron in that conference. There is no...
Because the only team that I would go with for the past several years, I don't want to go with this year, which is Chicago. I'm not going.
I agree.
At this rate, no, they're done. They had their point. But for me, it's been Chicago, Cleveland, Cleveland, Chicago, Miami. But now it's
Chicago's been that franchise consistently there with LeBron.
Right, yeah, right. Now it's Cleveland. We kind of thought maybe Washington would be in there.
It's going to be Toronto's year. Washington...
I don't think Washington has the talent that Chicago even had when they were making those runs.
Not even close.
So, at this rate, they're going to walk their way into the finals again.
I agree.
And it sucks because I would want to see competition.
These teams are built to stop one player, and they can't. The West teams are still built to play basketball. It's like it was when Jordan, when he was in the league, these teams were mainly built to stop him. I mean, you had New York, who was consistently good, but you had blips on the radar. You had Houston, you had the Charlotte Hornets for a little bit.
Yep.
For 1 year? You had the Miami Heat for 2 years? The Knicks were really the only consistent team during that time frame. Everybody else was just a push, a blip on the radar, because they were all built to try to stop Jordan.
Right.
Everybody in the East has tried to stop LeBron. The West, in that time frame, had so many good teams. The Sonics were good for how long. The Jazz were good for how long. The Lakers were on and off good. They started to become bad before the end of his career, but that was the end of their era. But
Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Exactly.
San Antonio
the Spurs started
there.
it.
They were starting.
And that's my point. Is those teams sustained for 4 or 5 years at a time because they were built to play team basketball. Where when LeBron comes out of the league, maybe it'll start to balance out again. But until then, you're gonna get this flip-sided and lopsided and the way it goes. That's just how it is. I enjoy LeBron, so it doesn't bother me. He's getting towards the end of his career, so as a Sixers fan, that excites me because the Sixers will eventually now they can start to make moves. We'll talk about that another day, another time. I know how you feel about it. Speaking quickly of the NFL.
Oh, the what league?
Very fast. The No Fun League.
What we got to say about this? About the NFL? Are we done with the NFL? Super Bowl's over. Let's talk about the NFL.
Peyton Manning keeps getting his name in the headlines for the wrong reasons.
Oh my God.
The only reason I'm bringing this up.
We talking about... Okay, go ahead. And I'll tell you exactly how I feel. As I always do. Go ahead.
I'm not doing this to slight Peyton. I'm not doing this to... This honestly, I wish there was a different name in this because it's nothing against Peyton. I like Peyton Manning.
It just makes my forehead itch.
Why does he get a pass, though? For
Dude, it's looking... Go ahead.
His booty and balls were in a girl's face. He was doing the Rafiki from WWE, WWF back then? Rikishi. He was doing that, she claims, in his face. He settles it out of court because his dad doesn't want him to lose the scholarship at Tennessee.
Man said he did the Rikishi. Anyway. It's fine.
And then he tried to say that he was mooning the other dude in the locker room, and the dude in the locker room was like, no, he wasn't mooning me. He was doing the Rikishi to her.
Except it was sack.
Well, he bent over.
I've heard.
I wasn't
he
there.
was supposedly mooning somebody, but his sack, his genitals smacked the girl somehow. I don't touched her, smacked her for it. I don't know. I don't understand. Anyway, where are you getting at with this? Because I know exactly where I'm going at with this. Why is the NFL protecting him?
Well, no, because then he writes
a book.
Is this getting written off? He writes a book, and he denies it in the book about that it happened.
It's funny to me.
But then she sues him, and he has to settle out of court again for false damages.
This is why. Did you hear when they were saying ESPN told people that worked at ESPN don't bring up the Peyton Manning situation?
Yes.
Excuse me. Why?
They talked about Cam Newton. They were still talking about Cam Newton this morning on ESPN Radio.
There's nothing to talk about Cam Newton. Let's talk about Peyton Manning and how this has been covered up since. Granted, he was a kid, whatever, make mistakes, fine. And I understand that, maybe legally they feel like they can't be talking about this because it was settled out.
Why can't he just
Peyton
let
brought
things
up
go?
in some court. In some book.
Why can't he just let things go? Why can't he just settle out of court, leave it be, and then why can't when someone accuses him of PEDs?
Number one.
Why can't he just not send PIs to their house to try to shake them up? Like, why can't you just lay low?
Number 3, when you finally did bring it up, why don't you just say, you know what, I was 19, whatever the hell age he was, and just said, I was dumb.
He still denies it to this day.
All he had to do was say then, I was dumb, I did this, blah, blah, blah. It was an accident, or it wasn't. And it would have been over at this point. Instead, we're talking, of course, conveniently, after you win the Super Bowl 50, it comes up, you get your second Super Bowl, you're going off into the sunset. Oh, wait, you like to do things.
Okay, so...
Or did things. Why is this a story?
Well, my point of bringing it up in general is because we saw a thing today about... Because, this isn't even being talked about. Peyton's not getting his... No one's personally attacking him. No one is saying he's a bad person, he's this, that, and the next thing. But Cam Newton is horrible because, and he's not humble and he's not respectful, even though he gives everything to, he gives all the credit in the world to other people, says that he failed and lost, but because he's not talking to some guy with a book in front of him, he's disrespectful, but this is okay. But Peyton Manning keep doing this and denying this is okay, and Peyton Manning sending people to PI's house is okay. I don't think it's defying of Peyton Manning. What I'm trying to say is it shouldn't be defying of Cam Newton. But you put people down so bad that we brought up Ronda Rousey last week, and we saw a video today of her saying what? She thought about taking her own life over the way people were treating her. Like, why are we picking and choosing who we are getting on in sports? Why is it acceptable for Peyton Manning to act this way, but for Cam Newton and Ronda Rousey to just be passionate and love what they're doing, it's not okay? And then it literally put her...
And to be ridiculed for that?
It's horrible for people to disrespect women in general, but to disrespect the way she probably gets disrespected is a hell of a lot worse probably than Cam, even though Cam is black and probably gets really bad disrespect. Because if you go through his Twitter mentions, or if you go through his Instagram mentions, you will see the N-word from too many white people.
Dude, as much as you and or I like to joke about Tony Romo, have you ever gone through his Twitter mentions?
It's not nice.
It's not homo cool stuff.
Why?
Like legit, like he's a faggot, piece of shit, go kill yourself type shit. This is what people say to him.
Why can't you just let the athlete be?
I don't. This is the sickening social age. Everybody has a voice now.
But is this what it's gonna take? Like this, I've been going crazy over this, talking to you and talking to how many other people about the Cam thing. But is this what it's gonna take? Are you gonna have to put somebody down so bad that they end up actually doing what Ronda Rousey thought, even though it was for a split second, and she's able to sit here and take a deep breath, and she was able to laugh, less than a minute after she said it on TV. Probably her way of coping with it, and that's a good thing because it's great that she's here still today. But is it going to take for something like that to happen for us to stop getting on people? And then why?
Great question.
And then side part, the whole reason I brought it up is why is Peyton Manning absolutely he's not a bad guy. He's not. Oh, those steroids were sent. Yes, they were sent to his wife, and no, he sent guys to fake being cops and shake a guy up, and he rubbed his ball sack on a girl's face. Like,
they're footnotes though, they're not actually stories. The Cam Newton and Ronda Rousey's a story.
But that's what I don't get. We're picking and choosing, and I think we're picking and choosing the wrong people sometimes.
Yeah, it's even more sickening about the Ronda Rousey situation is I'm seeing all the posts on social media, and then I'm just like, okay, let's humor myself and read the comments of all this. And people are just destroying her, saying it's not that serious. It's just fighting. Oh, you.
But it's not that.
It's like
it's not even just. It's not the fact that she lost. You have to understand the things that were probably being said to her in.
Oh my God, she got destroyed like no other athlete we'd seen in ever. We said it on this show. LeBron got destroyed. Now Kim's got destroyed. Nothing, in my opinion, has come close to how Ronda got destroyed, and is still getting ridiculed.
I think they all.
And this is probably why,
that's how I feel about all of them. That's how I feel about. I think all of them they get destroyed way too often for no. LeBron today gets destroyed no often for no reason.
This is the backlash
There's
of people destroying you. She legit felt such...
They're still human beings, and that's what people, like, just don't... And it's just odd to me that, like, we have to just cram and cram and cram. Listen, like, I think that we do a good job on this sport, on this show, of not really coming at these people, like, coming at these people as human beings. It's more about what they're doing as athletes and what they're doing on... You know, and yes, we see them in a public light, and when we see the choices that they make, like Johnny Manziel, who it is obvious that something is going wrong and he needs to fix things.
He needs to get it together.
And that's my point, but like, that seems like something everybody can consent on, but like, you got guys like Cam Newton or Ronda Rousey, you know, why can't everybody consent that? Well, because they're not doing these things off the field or out of the ring, just because they're putting 110% on what they're doing, we shouldn't kill them for not doing it, you know, as well as somebody on a particular day.
Dude,
forever.
As messed up as it sounds, let's say that she would have just went through with exactly what her thoughts were. Then what type of conversation would we have been having about all of this?
Bullying, internet bullying would be like the biggest deal in the world.
Probably one, plus how passionate she is, like a Cam, it's because of how much she gives a damn, and she realized that she realized
things.
She realizes the pedestal that she was on, especially at the height of her undefeated streak, and how much she gave a shit, and she was doing it her whole life. And then you know damn well, as much as she was hiding from everything, you know damn well she heard the backlash. She heard all the shit.
Oh yeah.
Who's to say Cam can't be in that same situation? He's hearing all this shit. What if he came out and said, you know what, damn, I actually thought about doing this because of all that.
Because everything I'm seeing, people are talking about my child. People are talking about me. People are talking about my girl.
People on Cam Newton about posting a picture of his kid with trophies and shit. Why? It's his child. He's celebrating his trophies, and now this is his biggest prize. That's what he was saying. It's his kid. Who gives a shit?
What I was going to ask you was, I
don't get it.
If you
how far are we going?
If she actually goes through it. Okay, what if that happened? Do you think it would even change anything? That's another sad part of it.
No, you know what? It would. It would. This is how sick we are. As a society, we would be like, damn, that's so sad, Rhonda. This just shows how much she gives a shit.
I hope so, but I wish this would be enough to change it.
No, going out there and crying on national television isn't enough. It's not enough to just admit how much you give a shit. It's not enough to go out there and say, I give a damn.
Not fair.
And damn, this is the low part I was, but you know what? I'm not there. I was better for it. And I'm good now. That's not enough. Instead, we want to talk shit.
Will Peyton's legacy ever go down as a bad thing, though? Back to roundabout quick, because it's just going to be
Peyton Manning's
in a month.
Protected.
No one's going to be talking about
Peyton Manning's protected. He's protected by the NFL. He's protected by the media as a whole.
Society.
He's protected by society because for some reason or another, he was painted as this perfect role model that does no wrong. Yeah. But unfortunately, we're finding out that, no, he has a little bit of skeletons. Yeah, he was young, and you can't hold that against him. But at the same time, all this additional shit the past 2 or 3 weeks outside of when he was 19 throwing balls in people's faces, this whole, I'm sending people to what's-his-name's house, and we're just finding out maybe he's not exactly this great spokesman for a pizza shop and beer that he thinks he is, that we think he is. No, maybe he's also a fuck and he just hides it better and he's protected because of that.
I agree.
I don't know at what point, no, it's going to get to a point where we're going to have to see, and it sounds fucked up and I shouldn't even say it, but at some point we're going to have to see one of these athletes that are on that level go down some type of a path like that. If not, go through with it, come close. And that's when we're going to come back and say, you know what? Maybe we fucked up as a society.
You start treating these people as human beings, which I've been trying to say for years.
I don't get it, dude. This is what I'm saying. This is what I keep saying about this damn age that we live in. Everybody has a voice, including us, and sometimes our voice pisses people off. I'm sure that's cool, but we also don't belittle people to the extent that they're gonna want to do some shit like Ronda Rousey's doing, like Tony Romo hears, like Cam Newton hears, like. All these, like LeBron hears, there's a difference of it.
There's a difference of it being part of their job and hearing criticism from people like us, even though necessarily they shouldn't care what we have to say,
and they don't care.
Right, but
when it's
that's part of the job, though. Like that's going to be part of it. If you're going to read the newspapers, you're going to hear things on TV and this, that, and the next thing. So that's part of it. But getting the threats and getting the just the beat down, and the harshness, and the reality of the way people talk to women, the way people talk to black people, the way people
talking about people's families.
Yeah, just for no reason.
Kids, families, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters.
Just not even that. The way people talk
race,
to me sometimes. Just calm down. Peace, love, and happiness.
I don't understand it.
I'm just saying. Suicide is a joke. If you laughed at that situation, you're a scum. You're a piece of shit. That's another side note. I think that's something that near and dear to my heart. Something near and dear to your heart for all personal reasons. And it is serious. It is serious, and it is that is real. That should be something that alternates and alters what people think about things in that way. And it is sad because we saw the harsh reality of it in situations, and yet it just doesn't even register.
No, and yet it's still a joke to so many people just by reading comments.
Yep,
it's a damn shame.
I agree.
I would like to see us get better society, but unfortunately, I don't see it happening.
It's going the other way, probably.
We're gonna try to not go on that level on this fucking show. We're not scumbags.
We'll be talking about the NBA next week again.
Hopefully, we'll be talking about Ronda Rousey fighting somebody
soon.
I'd rather see at this rate Cam dabbing on somebody at this point.
Yeah, let him do it.
Ugh.
Have fun. Live life.
Ugh. Is that the message of today's show?
That's the message of how I am. Peace. I said peace, love, and happiness. This is my motto at all times. So. You gotta stay positive and powerful and go forward. And it just shows that even when you think they're big, bad, and mighty, they're human too. What? Here we go. People hate him. Were you gonna say what Kanye said? No, I was gonna say what MJ said. Oh, what? Fight to the end, but I'm only human. Yeah. I'm just saying. In the midst of the most ridiculous things that Kanye West has been tweeting over the last and this is it. I'm a Kanye West fan. I can't even defend what he's been doing lately. Though the album's not bad. I like the album. But Kanye West, at one point he tweeted, no matter how much, or no matter how rich you are, or what was it? Yeah, no matter how rich you are, it was something to do with money and how rich you are as a human being, everybody still got problems. And sometimes, like in Ronda's situations, the problems were a lot worse, even if it was for a split second. Right. The problems were a lot worse. Well, hey, and good for her. Yeah, Cam Newton that it hasn't gotten to that point. Hopefully. All right. I just hope for everyone's sake that it doesn't get to any of their points because it's ridiculous, and that's what that was my whole thing when we were not arguing, but when we were having our conversation last week about it is that my issue with him is they're just taking it too far over silly things. Because to me, especially it was small things he didn't talk to the media, but he did everything else you want him to do. I don't understand why we can't just accept the fact that maybe it's going to be okay if he doesn't do it that way, and we don't have to really cut him down at every other aspect of his life just because he didn't do that or just because he didn't lose the way you would do it. You know what I mean? Said it was. I understood it, but at the same time, it was over exaggeration. You said that, but people can't people are just no, this is how it is. This is how it has to be, and it will never change. And that mentality is not going to get you anywhere. It's not. Let's just all be who the fuck we are. Stop belittling each other. Shit. That's the message from JD Sports. Thank you for watching. I'm Jared Hood. That's Dwight Garfield. Peace out.